From Studio A, this is Late Night at North Texas. With your host, Sean Poole. And co-host, Ariana Belolio. Featuring Audrey Allen and Robin Key. With special guest, Lillia Whittington. And performance from Adrian Martinez.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night at North Texas. I'm your host, Sean Poole.
And I'm your co-host, Ariana Belolio.
We have a great show for... Ariana, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
I wanted to be Hannah.
No, I wanted to be Hannah.
Well,
you know, one of us has got to change.
no, well, I'm not gonna...
Now you're Miley.
All right, fine. You win. All right, just, give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, enough chatter. That's better. Let's get into the news. All right, recently, the fastest spinning white dwarf ever seen has been recorded rotating once every 25 seconds. But I'm sure Danny DeVito on a hoverboard could top that.
Yeah, he circles the sun every 365 days.
Good.
Yeah. In the last week, Vladimir Putin has described cancel culture and other topics surrounding it as a crime against humanity. I'm not sure if we should listen to him, but he should know. He is one of the world's leading experts on crimes against humanity.
What'd he do?
Oh, gosh.
I know what he did, y'all.
Collusion.
Yeah. All right, right here in our home state, the Austin Police Department has instructed citizens to collect evidence at crime scenes themselves. This is a part of a plan for Texas to get back to our Wild West roots and start going after criminals ourselves. I'll tell you, I can get me a criminal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, okay.
In other Texas news, teachers in Southlake were told to include opposing views when teaching about the Holocaust. They are taking this two-sides approach to all subjects and will now teach AP QAnon theory alongside civics.
QAnon theory, that's an easy A. Easy A, that's all I'm saying.
Maybe for you.
For me, for sure.
Yeah.
A third juror was dismissed in Elizabeth Holmes' fraud trial after being found playing Sudoku. This was in equal parts because the juror wasn't paying attention and because we don't allow freaking nerds into the courtroom.
Yeah. If it were like sports, maybe,
Football, yeah,
word
yeah.
search, that's different.
I would wear a jersey to a courtroom, you know?
Yeah,
Hype.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
An In-N-Out Burger in San Francisco is under fire for refusing to enforce the city's COVID vaccine mandate in their restaurant. But on the bright side, in a few weeks, you won't have to hear your annoying friend talk about it for the 1000th time.
That's weird. I don't have an annoying friend because I love In-N-Out Burger.
Because you are the annoying friend, yeah.
It's good. It's good food. A federal court has recognized Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos as legal persons, becoming the first non-humans with that distinction. We're not sure yet what legal rights this gives the mammals, including the right to vote, but experts say that hinges on whether they lean Democrat or Republican.
And surgeons in New York have successfully transplanted a working kidney from a pig into a human body. Many in the scientific field are hailing it as groundbreaking, while others say it's just hogwash.
All right, tonight we'll be joined by Late Night's own head writer, Adrian Martinez, for a special performance.
And later we'll be sitting down with Dent influencer Lillia Whittington.
But first...
Oh, hey!
Hey guys, welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. I'm Robin Key.
And I'm Audrey Allen.
And we're about to give you some hot tips and great life hacks to make your Halloween the best yet.
That's right. We'll teach you how to have fun, throw a great party, make delicious treats, and make a costume that's sure to win that costume contest. Dave & Buster's gift card guaranteed.
Will you two please untie us? I promise I won't run away this time.
No! And if you don't be quiet and let us have this, I'm going to get the gag out again.
Well, I'm not going to make any trouble. I think this life hack thing is a great idea. In fact, if you untie me, I can maybe even help out some.
If you like it so much, you'll have no problem staying out of our way over there. Now, tip number 1, if you're living in the dorms, trick-or-treating is a great way to get to know your neighbors. Dress up with your friends and go door to door, just like when we were kids.
Aren't we too old to be trick-or-treating? I mean, that's for kids. Who wants to give out candy to grown adults?
I'm glad you mentioned that. See, the beauty is that the older people wouldn't give out candy, but our fellow students love stuff like this. Bring some of your own candy in case they don't have any. You can reverse trick-or-treat and give them some.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You can get candy and meet new people. You guys are so smart. Yeah, please untie me.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Our next tip will help you get ready without breaking the bank. Fake blood is so expensive these days, especially if you need a lot of it. But blood banks and hospitals always have tons of real blood just laying around places, and it's not very well guarded either.
That's a great idea. Put that stuff to good use so it's not just sitting around, just going stale.
Whoa. What the heck, Sean? And Robin, that sounds both criminal and unethical, not to mention disgusting! And you'd be taking it from people who might actually need it.
They'd understand it's for a worthy cause. And that's not the only thing you can get on the cheap. Instead of expensive smoke machines, you can just burn things in your microwave to get the same effect. And instead of buying decorations, you can simply not clean your room for a while. Your 3-week-old undies will scare even the toughest of visitors.
You can't have gross laundry and real blood. That's a big health concern.
I guess she's right. Perhaps if you don't live within walking distance of a blood bank, no problem. Mix 3 boxes of strawberry jello and a Costco-sized jug of laundry detergent. Your guests will be filled with sheer horror at the blood on your walls, and your dorm will have a nice linen scent to contrast the old undies, of course. Now, for some rapid-fire hacks.
Want to give your party a nice spooky vibe, but can't have candles in your dorm? Just light your growing pile of laundry on fire.
Wish your precious pets could join in on the fun, but your dorm won't allow it? Release a swarm of bats into your room for a fiery fury touch.
Okay, stop it right now. I'm putting my foot down. You both are just petitioning for full-blown chaos.
That's what Halloween is, Ariana. And I don't know why you're complaining, because if you don't let us finish this, we won't be untying you until Thanksgiving, so...
Okay, fine. Just please, dear viewer, don't do anything that they're saying.
We can't forget about costumes. We know everyone is looking for that perfect costume to top all of your friends at the Halloween parties. So here are some of our DIY ideas from the biggest moments in pop culture this year.
WandaVision brought the Marvel Cinematic Universe to our home last January. Take on Wanda's 1970s look with a striped dress, some brown boots, and bring the excitement of the show to life by becoming 9 months pregnant halfway through the party.
Wait, what? Pregnant? Isn't that just impossible just to do?
Yeah, now you're concerned?
I mean, you don't have to get pregnant, I guess, but then most people won't get the costume, will they?
Okay, what else do you have?
This past summer, Disney brought us a reimagined look at one of their classic villains with Cruella. Recreate the glamorous fashion of the sinister devil with the crimson red gown and a black and white wig. To take your costume and the ambiance to another level, slaughter a dozen or so Dalmatian puppies for your big entrance.
Are you crazy? You can't just tell people to do that.
It's just a costume, Ariana. No one's gonna get hurt.
What about the puppies? I think they're starting to get out of hand.
What's more indicative of Halloween than candy? The remake of the classic horror film Candyman hit theaters this past August from the directors Jordan Peele and Mia Desco. Make a simple costume of the protagonist Anthony with a red beanie, gray shirt, and a camera.
Okay, that one sounds fine. And that movie's pretty good.
Impress your guests with the realness of your costume by summoning the Candyman himself. Just say his name 5 times while looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there it is.
And finally, the Korean drama Squid Game has taken America by storm this fall. Become one of the competitors with a green tracksuit and white slip-on bands. But be careful with those party games because
Okay, yes, no, we're done. No more. Yeah,
let's
let's
not
not
use
talk about it. Yeah.
Squid Games.
No.
All right, that's enough. Thanks to Robin and Audrey for the Halloween felonies. Now we're gonna take a break to get untied and get them some serious help. But when we return, we'll have Adrian Martinez in studio for a special performance. Don't go anywhere. This is a late night in North Texas.
Yeah. Robin.
Yeah. All right, enough with this. I don't need this rope. We got a show to run. Come on. All right, welcome back to Late Night in North Texas. Tonight we have the honor of having our very own head writer in studio to perform for us. Everyone, please welcome to the late night stage, Adrian Martinez.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so you know how people love to do that thing where they like talk about what they would do if they could time travel? Like, oh, I'd go back in time and I would stop Hitler, or I'd prevent the JFK assassination, or I'd keep my parents from ever meeting, you know, whatever your thing is. Well, I've got one. Hear me out. 16th century New England. Okay. Pop in, grab a random stranger off the street, hold him down, put headphones on him, play them one Kanye song, and then just vanish. You know, for you, it's like a fun prank. You know, get to time travel, play a Kanye song, all good vibes. For them, their life is ruined now because they've just heard a sound that doesn't exist yet. With technology, they can't even fathom. They gotta like try and convince people they're not insane. Like, try and explain auto-tune to someone who doesn't know who T-Pain is. Can't do it. It's not possible. So, you know, they become the town loon and have to wander the streets in exile, and children are scared of them now. Do the whole thing like, so you gotta run, he's coming. How do you know? You can hear him, and he's just hollering around. In the night, I hear him talking cold as... Then, you know, he gets burned at the stake for witchcraft. How could you be so heartless? Oh. Any parents in the house tonight? Anyone got kids? No? Good, I hate kids. They're the worst. They're rude, they're gross, and they never laugh at my jokes. You ever like had to watch kids? My senior year of high school, I was a camp counselor at this summer camp for kids. Bunch of different age groups. A friend and I got stuck taking care of the youngest group, kinder through second graders, so like 4 to 8-year-olds. There's like a weird gap for them because the oldest one is twice as old as the youngest. Didn't make a big difference for us. None of them knew anything. So going into this, I should clarify, I'm good with kids. I don't, you know, I'm not mean to their face. I keep my biases in check. You know, I'm not just going up to kids at camp like, oh, I hate you and you're stupid. You can't even read, you idiot. Not my thing. I'll let the other kids do that. So we had this one little boy named Kurt. Kurt was a 4'2" ball of pure chaos. He just had so much energy and didn't know what to do with it. He was like if a McDonald's Sprite was a person, just woke you up. You couldn't tell this kid anything. We spent half the week playing rock, paper, scissors, and he would, as he explained it, he always won because he had fire scissors and I did not. Such is life. Naturally, Kurt instigated 2 major incidents that week with the other children. First one, not funny. He punched a girl in the arm. She scratched his face, and we had to call both their parents. It was not a good time. The second incident, which was like the next day, happened in the bathroom. Now, as you may recall, children that young cannot be trusted to go to the bathroom on their own. They don't have the sense of direction yet. They won't make it. So we had to line them up and walk them down the hall, and my friend would stand outside the girls' room, I'd stand outside the boys', and we'd just both be on standby, because you don't follow children into the bathroom. So this one time, I left the boys alone for like 2 minutes, I swear. While I'm gone, this little boy named Luke is a sweet kid. He was at the urinal with his pants all the way down because he's 5. He doesn't know yet. No one's shown him a more effective way to do it. So he's there. Meanwhile, Kurt is just friggin' raging. He's like just rattling stall doors, like turning on all the sinks and just sprinting around the 10 square feet that is this bathroom. And Kurt's like 6, so he doesn't have full control over his body yet. He's just like, you know, as he's running, his arms just like flailing around behind him, just looking all kinds of stupid. Sorry if my disdain for this child is coming out. So he's running out the bathroom, and on his way, one of his arms flops by and brushes Luke on his bottom, let's say. That's the legal vernacular, right? So that's what happened. I have to tell you guys what happened first, because what we heard next was Luke come out of the bathroom and say, "Somebody touched my private parts," which at the time was not funny. In fact, it's pretty much the worst thing a child can say. I almost shut down the whole camp in a day just because little floppy arms over there want to be the Tasmanian devil. Nearly traumatized a child. And yeah, that's why I don't like kids. That's my time. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, oh my God. That was awesome. We'll be sitting down with Lillia Whittington right after this. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Yes, dude, yes, dude. And welcome back to Late Night in North Texas. We're now joined by Denton's own Lillia Whittington.
Hello.
All right, give it up, you know. So tell us about yourself. Introduce who you are, what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Lillia Whittington, and I run the D Diaries, which is Denton's top influencer space. And I've been running that space for about 5 years now. And I've been full-time for a little over a year. So that's been really exciting and such an amazing journey to be able to be a full-time influencer and like learn more about what that is and how to do it and, you know, all the ins and outs, because it is a full-time job.
How did you get started? How did you enter the space and decide you wanted to start doing it full time?
Yeah, so my original profession was fashion design. So when I was in college, going to school for fashion design, I worked at an Instagram famous children's wear boutique. I was their designer. And through that process, seeing how she spent $0 on marketing. This woman spent $0 on her marketing plan, but she was making millions of dollars on baby clothes. And she ran this contest, and that's how she got all of her photography and photos. And I was like fascinated that you could grow a brand on social media using cute photos and, you know, strategically placed content and strategically placed products. And it fascinated me to the point where I started doing research on what an influencer is and how to become one. And one thing led to another, and I started the D Diaries.
Okay, well, I guess that leads into my follow-up question, you know. So how does one become, I guess, an influencer? Because me and Ariana, we just have zero clout.
Yeah, we don't. Like my followers, it's sad right now. The ratio,
I won't even give you my Instagram just because it's so pitiful. So go ahead, just let us know. How did you start? How did the empire grow? You know?
Yeah, the empire. Ooh, I like that word. I'm going to steal it from you. So it just kind of started with, you know, finding a passion. And that passion was I wanted to be a DFW fashion influencer when I quickly realized that everybody wants to be a DFW fashion influencer. And the market is so incredibly saturated with fashion influencers, specifically in the DFW area. I was like, okay, well, what's next? Like, do I just close this down and like go to my corporate job that I about? Or do I, you know, find a different route? And that's when Denton came about. I started researching Denton bloggers, and there weren't any. And I was like, okay, well, here we go. We're just going to jump right in. So we jumped right into sharing Denton content, taking photos around Denton, repping local businesses, connecting with local businesses. And really, that's kind of the first step of becoming an influencer is, you know, find something you're passionate about. Are you passionate about fashion? Are you passionate about, you know, sustainability? Are you passionate about the city of Denton? Like, you can turn that into an influencer page, and you can turn that into a page that really is really exciting, really fun, and, you know, all the things.
So there's a potential for a late night Denton influencer
Oh,
page?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, like it's simple, but it's also very complicated how to get to that simple point. So.
And then for like, whenever you go into a post, like how much effort, because people don't realize how much effort and how much time you spend on this.
Yeah.
How much would you say just work goes into a single post?
Into a single post, it can vary. I mean, if it's for a brand, it's generally a month or more process to come up with that idea, from meeting with the brand, having that initial meeting, to shooting the content, editing the content, getting approval for the content, making edits if edits are necessary to said content, and then posting said content. And then after you post, you have to engage, you have to follow up, you have to pull analytical reports. It's just a lot that goes into the brand side.
A lot of behind the scenes.
Lots of behind the scenes. Like, it's like the glacier analogy. You know, you see the tip of the glacier, which is the pretty photo, but you don't see the literal endless hours of work me and my team does to make said post. So it's a journey. But then just a normal regular post, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, you know, from start to finish, once we shoot the content and make it and then post it and engage with it.
And you don't have to move to Los Angeles to do this, right?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You will never find me in a big city. I'm more of a nature girl.
So I guess what's one of the big, struggles that most people who think they're getting into influencing, they think they got it, you know, but there's a big struggle. Do you think there's anything that people should be aware of when starting off?
Whenever you start off, just, like it's going to take time. It's a process. It's a slow roll. It's hard growing a community. It's hard finding your niche, being confident in that niche, and not letting the imposter syndrome, other bloggers in your area, like, oh, I don't have this many followers, or I don't have this much engagement yet, letting all of that creep in. If you just kind of focus on, I'm doing this because I love it, it will turn into, oh shoot, I do this full time now, like over time.
And you just started your own company, right? A social media.
I did.
Yeah. Do you mind explaining that to people?
Yeah.
And what you're doing now?
Absolutely. So through COVID, I was furloughed from my company, and I'd worked there 2 years. I was like the head of the little department that I was running, and it was a lot of fun. But COVID happened. Fashion industry is predominantly overseas. And so our factory shut down, which meant we had to shut down, which meant we didn't have money to get paid. So I wallowed for about a week. I gave myself space to just cry, scream, do whatever. And then after that week was up, I sat down and I was like, what do I do? What do I do from here? Where do I go?
You just went to work.
I went to work. I literally just sat down and I was like, all right, well, I've been doing this blogging thing. Love it. Let's see how it works full time. Sat down with my husband, who's a financial guy. He works in the finance industry. And he was like, well, show me the numbers. I'm like, of course, show you the numbers. Of course. So wrote the numbers down, made a whole presentation. And I was like, if I make this much on blogging, but I supplement it with this stuff over here with this agency. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're starting a new thing? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Why not? So we started Aloe Media by the D Diaries, which is a social media agency that helps small businesses make their social media work for them. We basically strip down social media to an understandable level so that way you can take the knowledge that we teach you and take the worksheets and take the work that we're doing back to your team and say, okay, this is our plan in layman's terms, and everybody wins at the end of the day, because small businesses don't have time to sit down and work on a social media.
Or they don't know how.
Or they don't know how. And so the Aloe Media has just been amazing in that we've been able to help business owners, land brand deals, grow their business, launch academies. One of my favorite clients launched a lash academy this year, just based off of social media. She got all of her clients and all of her students off of social media just by promoting it, consistently posting, and having a strategy. And it's been truly so rewarding to, see that side of it, but then also get to, test strategies with the D Diaries and experiment a little bit over here. So that way we can approach our businesses who hire us through Aloe Media and say, okay, this is what works. Oh, but what about the hashtag? No, just this is what works right here, plain and simple. And this is how we're going to adapt it to your business and adapt it to your business model on social media.
Well, social media, it's a powerful tool. Y'all use it wisely. Use it wisely. They're telling us to wrap it up, but do you have any, you're talking about social media, so let them know where they can find you, anything you want to promote. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Absolutely. So we are on Instagram at the D Diaries. We're on Facebook at the D Diaries blog. We just started YouTube up again, so you can find us at Lillia Whittington, our channel. We do Denton vlogs, we do fun travel vlogs, all the things. And we have a new Denton guide launching November 15th, so you can sign up for our newsletter and get that sent directly to your inbox.
All right, we'll give it up for Lillia Whittington. All right, well, that's our show. We want to thank Lillia Whittington and Adrian Martinez for coming out tonight.
Yeah. And we also want to thank our phenomenal talent, Robin Key and Audrey Allen.
Yeah. And a big shout out is also in order to our lovely audience for keeping us company all night. Yeah, thank you so much.
And a very gracious thanks to all the wonderful crew for making it happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
As for hosts, he's Sean Poole.
And she's Ariana Bololio. And this has been Late Night at North Texas, Season 19. Yeah.
And we hope to see you next season for some more laughs, some more fun, and some more late night. But until then, good night.
All right.